Everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to address the overall market once again. The futures are currently down. The sell-off is carrying on once again. How low will the market go? I know you have all of these questions. We're going to address them today. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all two stocks to keep on your watch list for tomorrow morning, all right? Y'all, let's dive right into it right off the bat. We got the Nasdaq, and so far so bearish. What happened in the middle of the week was a little bit of a curveball between Tuesday and a Wednesday, and then on Thursday and Wednesday we had the CPI report, and then Thursday we had an immediate not CPI. I'm talking about the FOMC. The FOMC came out in the middle of the day on Wednesday. And then Thursday, everything just started to roll over. Friday, we had a big gap down. And right now, it's not over yet. It's slowly falling towards the next level of support, which I would say for the NASDAQ, we're going to have to look at QQQ. I didn't think we're going to sell off. To be honest, on Friday, I didn't think we're going to actually open lower. I thought this could be the bottom. So I got a small call position on here. So I am going to take a loss, like a small loss, maybe a $300 or a $400 loss in the morning. All right. I didn't think we were going to drop. So just a disclaimer. All right. So where's the bottom? The next level to look for. The next level to look for is the gap at the bottom right here, at around 426. That is where I think we may see the NASDAQ or QQQ go. All right. Especially after the market opens, and anybody who did what I did would have a similar, I guess, risk management. Like the logical thing would be to just immediately cut it and try to see if there is a new bottom that will form. A lot of stop losses are going to get triggered. All right. Therefore, something like this is what I'm expecting for tomorrow. And then if after that the market wants to just chill out and rebound, we will address it in the next video. All right. But for now, watch out for that. Right now, QQQ is at 38. Tomorrow, it could open up at exactly 440 before we see the gap fill to the downside. Now, there is two stocks. Now, before we even look at the two stocks, let's look at the VIX. Because I warned you guys about the VIX. I showed y'all a bullish pennant on the VIX that was cooking before Sunday. All right, so this is the bullish pennant that was there. The next day, it didn't really drop below it. This is the curveball that I was talking about between Wednesday and Thursday. And ultimately, it went all the way up to 21, like I initially thought it would. And looking at that, y'all can see the reason why I will be tempted to get a small call position, all right? My logic, I think, was sound. I saw a lot of VIX shorts right here in that wick, which signifies market buyers, right? So that's why I did what I did, and that's okay. That's all right. With the VIX, I think it's going to open up a bit higher because obviously we're down. Watching for an opening at around 26 and for a run or a retest of 31, either here or here, somewhere in this box that I'm about to draw for you guys. Somewhere over here is where I expect another wick like this, right? And that's kind of what happened over here too during this sell-off. A long wicks at the top. This one didn't end up being the very bottom, and then later on, the market bounced. So maybe I was a day too early. Maybe I was 2 days too early. But we'll see. We'll see. Now, the first stock to keep on your watch list for tomorrow, that one is Google. All right. Now, I want to share Google with y'all once again. I shared it before after it had earnings after this day. I told y'all, set an alert right here at 171.50, and if it rings, short it down. All right, and a lot of y'all were able to capitalize and make some money on that. Congrats. And now I'm telling you again that we could see a flush in the morning with the market or the Nasdaq being down by 2.4%. All right, so I expect this thing to actually open down at like 160. Maybe we see a little bit of a pop from 160 to 162 before we see the drop all the way down to 155, just to take care of the gap at the bottom that it left from the previous earnings in April of 25, the 25th of April. All right, so that's the first stock to keep on your watches. And also support, like the 200 SMA on the daily is slowly approaching. That would be a nice buying point for long-term investors. I know that's a place where a lot of people will want to be long. So just watch how it behaves around that level when it gets there. But for now, the bears are in control of the daily charts. Okay. The second stock to keep on you guys' watch list. That one, I had a feeling it was going to tank. That one is CleanSpark, CLSK. I posted it in a Discord on the on Thursday when everything started to reverse because of this descending triangle that broke down at the time of that I posted on here. The next day it dropped to, let's check it out. The next day it dropped all the way down to 13.5 right here. Let me see, 1 hour, and then descending triangle right there, and then the breakdown right here, and then a follow through down here. Now it's not over yet. Obviously, y'all look on the left, BTC is down by 12%, which means that there will be a big gap to the downside. How low could it go? There is a much bigger structure on the daily, which is right here. All right, the same descending triangle. Well, not the same. This is more like a bearish rectangle, just a bear flag that broke down on Friday. And with the sell-off in the crypto market, we can expect this thing to actually drop all the way down and take care of these gaps on the left. There is one gap at 928, and then there's another gap to take care of at exactly 1051. So depending on how big the gap down is, could determine how much more money there is to squeeze out of puts. Okay, if it gaps down too low, like let's say if it opens up at $9, scratch this one and look for, and patiently wait for the stock to just chill out and then catch it for the reversal to the upside, because I don't think it's going to just stay down and just be done down here. It's going to rebound, but I got to take care of these gaps first. All right, so watch this one for a continuation down. The same applies for coin, which I posted it like right after CleanSpark. All right, coin had that breakdown below 225, and if you look over here, we look at coin. All right, coin survived earnings, got below 213 and then closed at 204 on Friday, and coin has a gap to fill all the way down to 140. All right, and with BTC being down by 10%, I can expect this thing to open at exactly 180, and that's going to trigger a lot of stop losses. Sometimes crypto stocks, and just crypto stocks in general, kind of like over exaggerate the BTC drop afterwards. So maybe we see a big candle down to 160 tomorrow, maybe. All right, as BTC starts to consolidate sideways, a lot of these stocks are going to slowly fall until it's really time to reverse course. All right, so in the near short term, there's that gap down here that I believe could get taken care of. So just keep your eyes out for these two stocks slash sector. All right, now let's answer some of you guys' questions. Somebody asked me to look at Apple, and Apple had earnings on Thursday afternoon, and this is looking kind of, yeah, it's still looking a bit bearish. It didn't fall aggressively with the Nasdaq, but when I compare this thing with the Nasdaq, right, it seems like one has to catch up with the other. All right, and this is a situation that I really like. So I like it because it could provide a massive opportunity to the downside when Apple catches up with QQQ. Remember, the Nasdaq is way down here, and Apple is still lingering. Like, Apple is lingering up here while the Nasdaq is down there. All right, so let's look at Apple, that way I can see what I mean. All right, so you see, it's supposed to be down here if they really follow one another, but this one, Apple, is dragging its feet, which could provide an opportunity tomorrow. So I hope that answers your question. I'm leaning bearish on it, obviously. The next one that we gotta look at is McDonald's. Actually, no, an update. Congrats to anybody who were able to make some money on BLK. This was the stock for the last video on Sunday night, and it played out very well. It went all the way up beyond 870 and went all the way up to the actual level of resistance of 880. Like I told you before, I know the beginning and I know the end. The middle, very gray, sometimes very difficult, but most of the time it plays out well if you're really patient and you just set your alerts and wait for the first one to ring. Like what I mean by that is, on the breakout, this alert was way down here. All right, and I also put another alert way up here. First one to ring, again, if you're really patient, then you capture the whole move, and that is pretty much it for the trade. So congrats on anybody who executed this trade from 800 to 880. And after that, the pullback is inevitable. Tomorrow, I think it's going to drop a little bit lower, and it's going to follow the indices. So that's my very honest thoughts on all of these stocks. And that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow my social media at Paul and Guma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.